Hi mamas, welcome to this much needed mom time out to move and feel good, a 20-minute class to tune into your body and connect to your breath. Take a big inhale, the biggest breath of the day, bring the palms together at the center of the chest, and let's begin. I'm taking my legs wide in child's pose so my stomach can come through the thighs and I can rest my forehead down. Elbows lifted, palms are flat. Start to tune into the breath and the body and the mind, and notice how you're feeling today. And just start to let the to-do list go. Once you bring conscious awareness to yourself, just let it be. Let the hips sink lower, let the spine feel longer, and let the breath move deeper and flow freely. Let's start to take a side body stretch. So walk the hands over to the right side and place the left palm over the right. Still in child's pose, but now we feel a lateral stretch along the side of the body. So let the left hip draw down more. Don't let it lift. If you want to, intensify the stretch. Cup the palms so you spider the fingers and lift the elbows up more. Breathe into the left side. Focus on releasing tension there and expanding the rib cage. Ready to walk the hands to the other side? Take your time and then place the right palm on top of the left hand, drawing the right hip away now. Feel if there's any difference in the left and right side. Breathe in more to the right and increase the capacity of the right lung to breathe. Cupping the palms to lift the elbows more if you love that stretch. As long as the head is rested down, the spine is long, you're good. All right, let's walk the hands back to the center and come to tabletop. So I'm measuring the distance of my hands with my fingers. So the fingernails touch, and that's shoulder width distance. Tailbone up, chest up, chin up to breathe in. Exhale, round in the spine to curl. Inhale, and I want you to find some free movement. On the exhale, take your time to round, chin to the chest, tailbone down. Inhale, chest up, shoulder blades together, and find freedom in the spine. So lean a little bit forward and extend in the back. Last breath here. Then come to neutral, left hand up, and weave, so thread the needle, the arm, shoulder goes into the mat and the left ear goes into the mat. Just rest into the stretch. You should feel the nice separation in the shoulder blade there and the stretch in the neck. Use the right hand to push and come back. Right hand goes up on the in-breath. Exhale again, thread the needle to lie that shoulder and ear into the mat. Just relax the left arm. Breathe into the space you find. Use the left hand to push and come back to tabletop. We're going to take the right leg and kick it back. So find your balance and then lift the foot up. Flex the toe. Knee to the right tricep, touch. Inhale to kick back, knee to the left tricep, touch. Inhale, now knee to nose, just like your cat spine, knee to nose, nose, nose. And then push forward, step the foot forward. If it doesn't reach, just use your hand to place the foot forward. I'm using the blocks on medium height, and then I scooch the left knee back a few inches to take a lunge. Then moving into runner's lunge, hips down and back. Moving 3 times with the breath, inhale forward, exhale back to runner's lunge. Inhale, bend the right knee, lean forward, exhale. The right leg doesn't need to straighten, just give a gentle micro bend in the right knee, just warming up. Left hand lifts to reach to the sky, open up the chest. So this is a supported side lunge. The back knee is still down. Left hand comes down, and I want you to come off the blocks. So take them to the side, and we're gonna do the other side. So left leg, find the balance in tabletop, then lift the leg up. Kick the leg actively, then bring the knee to the tricep. Try to squeeze, this is your core workout. Knee to the other side, Nice. Articulate in the spine, so round, 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 knee to nose. On the exhale, that helps to compress. Stepping the foot forward, grab the blocks if that helps. If you don't want to use blocks, just use books. Lunge forward and then lean back on the exhale. Again, soft knees. We're not trying to create an active stretch here. We're trying to find mobility in the knees and the hips and the joints. So get the blood flowing and get the breath moving into those spaces. Left hand down, right hand up for that side lunge. Push the left knee into the bicep so that you get that open hip. Pull the shoulders away from the ears, one breath. Let's remove the blocks, come out. We're coming back into tabletop and then lie down on the stomach in Sphinx pose. So elbows underneath the shoulders, palms down. And this just gives you space to broaden the collarbone and the chest. And tension's starting to come up for me, so I'm wiggling it out by taking a few neck rotations. Now cup the palms and spider the fingers, elbows up to the sky, and push with the fingertips, right elbow down to the mat. Inhale to lift back to the center, exhale left ear into the mat. Keep those legs flexed, toes down, and keep rotating right ear. On the inhale, lift, exhale, left ear down. Starting to get some space in the front body here, and this is also working the spine and the shoulders. Last breath. Let's grab those blocks, push back up. I'm going to take a supported yoga push-up. So one is in between my breast and the other is like a T shape right under the rib cage. You come to lie on the blocks, flex the toes and lift the knees up, elbows squeeze into the chest. So this will greatly help your push-up. Squeeze the elbows in and push up on the exhale. Inhale, lie back on the blocks. Exhale, squeeze the elbows in, shoulder blades down, push. Nice, we're gonna do 2 more. Inhale, squeeze those elbows in, let those shoulders warm up, exhale. Nice, full push up. Inhale, one more time. Come into downward facing dog. Great work. You can have the knees bent in down dog. Move the blocks so that we can do our first vinyasa. And the vinyasas are optional. That means you can have the knees up or down in your chaturanga, in your up dog, or you can just skip any vinyasa. This practice is here to serve you. Right leg back, kicks back, right knee to right elbow. This time our back knee is lifted. Right leg to the left tricep, really try to squeeze and touch. Inhale, kick back, knee to nose. Now bring the shoulders forward, 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 and step the foot through, in between the hands. We're just gonna take one block to help keep alignment in our high lunge here. So the block is shoulder width distance, and that's really a good way to engage in the upper body in our lunge. We tend to get lazy in our lunge as we practice a lot. Come down into triangle. The block is there to support you on any height. So if you're more flexible, you can take it to a lower height or use no block at all. Square in the hips, that means left hip down, and then move into pyramid pose. Squeeze the elbows in and draw the head down so that the weight comes forward to the toes. Again, in any stretch, if your hamstrings are tight, just bend the knees a little bit. Walk the hands over to the right side, bend the right knee, Skandasana. I'm using the block to support my chest and keep my chest open. Again, this is optional. Flex the left leg. Walk to the back of the mat, come into your down dog. I'm using this time to flow through a vinyasa, so chaturanga. Inhale to up dog. Exhale to downward facing dog, rolling over the toes. Again, micro bending the knees if you need to. Left leg kicks back, left knee to left tricep. Inhale, use that core. Exhale, right side. Nice. Inhale, knee to nose. Take your time, roll forward, step it through, and come take the block into high lunge. The back heel's lifted high over toe. Really wrap the elbows inward so you squeeze the block and you lift up. Straight spine, tailbone tucks under. Lower the block to the floor and do your triangle pose. So right hip this time squares off. And try to move it more than you think you need to. So often when we don't have a mirror, we can't see the alignment. So square as much as you can. Drop that right hip as much as you can. Face will come down naturally. Come back into that pyramid pose. And if you want to take any variation, you can, grabbing the ankles, the outsides of the feet, the big toes. As long as the elbows are pointed up to the sky, it will draw the spine long and the forehead, the top of the head down. Long neck. Skandasana on the left side, walk the hands over. Take optional support. Flex the right toes. Feel the outer rotation in the right leg. Walk towards the top of the mat and do your optional vinyasa. It should feel really good. Any given day, if you're not feeling up for the challenge, just skip it. It's important to check in with ourselves and know our body and give it what it needs. Never forcing. That's the practice. Right leg up again. Let's bring it again to the right tricep. This is the last circuit, the last sequence we're going to do. Right knee to the left tricep. Inhale to lift the leg. Exhale, knee to nose. Stepping the leg through. We're coming this time into side angles. So I'm using the block, but you can also use the elbow on the knee. I want you to roll that right hip under so the body can lean back in a straight line. And this is a right angle. Push to come up into warrior two. Broaden the shoulders, the collarbones, and gaze gently over the front fingers. Reverse the warrior, right hand comes high and over. Big breath into right side. Exhale, interlace the palms, and then drop the back knee down. The left knee touches down so that the body can come through. So this is a lizard pose. And if this is a huge, intense stretch for you, option to take the block so you can rest your forehead on the block. Either way, you're going to get a stretch to the outer right hip and the shoulders too as you rotate in the shoulders. Great work coming out of that vinyasa. Reset. Taking those breaths in and out with the postures, finding yourself in the familiar shape of downward facing dog. Notice how the body's changed maybe. It might be easier, or the focus of the pose might be different. Left leg kicks back, left knee to the left tricep. Inhale, opposite elbow. Lower the hips down. Inhale, kick back, knee to the nose. Pitch forward and step the foot through. We're coming to that right angle pose. Again, option to take the block. Take what's good for you. One side could be different than the other. Again, roll that left hip down so the body can lean back into a straight line. The right heel is into the mat, 45 degrees. I need you to use the strength of the upper body to come into warrior two. So pull that top hand back and then sink down into that front leg more. So the spine is straight, the hips are flat towards the wall. Reversing the warrior at your pace, left arm high and over, and then interlace the hands. Try to put that awkward thumb on top, so a different bind than the last time. Back knee drops into the floor, and then the forehead comes down. Breathe into the shoulders. Let the pinky come forward over the head, straight arms, wrists together. Squeeze that knee inwards, don't let it flare out so the foot is flat. As we come up, use support of the hands. This is our final vinyasa. Let it flow, let it feel good. Let yourself breathe and open. Downward facing dog is done. We're going to come out now and come to use the block as support in our bridge. So knees are bent, and I'm having the block on medium height here. I'm just resting my arms, palms facing up. So a block is always there to support you. This makes the bridge really restorative. So if it's right on your sacrum, it will start to broaden the hips, and you can feel that easy rotation in the hips. And if it feels good, you can go from here to a higher height. This is full bridge now. You can take your arms wherever is good. You can hold onto the edges of the mat. You can have the arms overhead. Just push the feet strongly into the mat so that the legs are not splaying outwards. As we come out, lower into the mat, vertebra by vertebra, then squeeze the knees to the outside of the rib cage. Take the outsides of the feet, the ankle, or the backs of the legs into happy baby. The goal here is to have a flat spine. So bring the chin a little bit to the chest and draw the legs downwards more. So this shape should look like a yogi squat. So if you're on your feet, it would look like a yogi squat, just on the mat. All right, taking ourselves now into a gentle twist. I'm using support of the block, so it's not a constricted twist. I'm taking the twist on the right side, right knee goes across. And again, have your hands wherever is good for you. Arms overhead will give your chest a stretch. Or in cactus, interlace the palms behind the head too. Twisting the spine from the neck all the way to the tailbone. So look away from the knee. Last few breaths here. As we come out, let's take that left knee into the chest and then twist the other way. Finding any adjustment. Start to let the practice go. Let the face relax, the spine relax, the shoulders relax. The work is done. You made time for yourself. One final posture to finish. We're doing bridge now without the block. So knees step in, underneath. So knees step in, heels under the knees. Big breath in to push the hips up, arms go up overhead, and then push the hips higher if you can. Make the body like a rainbow. And then lower the hips down. Coming into Savasana. Take a final breath here together, out through the mouth. Palms are facing upwards. And just take your rest now. As we come out of Savasana, start to first just check in with mind, body, breath. Notice how your spirit is feeling. Wiggle the fingers, shake the toes, stretch the arms overhead, and take a big breath in. And use support of the hands to push to the side and come up to sit. Let's take a final big breath in together again. Hands overhead, palms to the center of the chest. Make sure to drink lots of water today to reset. Come back to this practice whenever you need some mom time out to tune in. Thanks for being here with me. Like and subscribe to this video and our channel for support and for more videos. Thank you.